All right, this is one of the blue belts, Brad. Brad's a physical therapy student. He's got about a year left of school. He's been out for a little bit, but he's been training back consistently. I've been looking for Haragoshi. He likes to pull guard. Here's a knee cut attempt. He does a good job clearing the knee and not letting me pass the knee line. He keeps his right foot up nice and high. I look to back step, but he has a nice high underhook, and he starts coming up. There's the guillotine defense attacked with the arm in. I'm not really looking for the guillotine. I'm just looking for him to open his legs up and defend it so I can pass. There he opens the leg up, and I start looking for the pass, but I almost get stuck into this triangle, which is good for him. The foot's shelved, so I'm just going to keep it shelved and sit back. Here he does a mistake and grabs his foot to try and defend it instead of using his foot to defend the foot. Usually in leg locks, you're using your legs to defend your legs and your arms to address their legs. So it's kind of an unusual concept. I had a couple of mistakes here, but I end up separating the legs across from one another and getting the bite. Here's another look at that. I'm going to shelf the leg, sit back. He does his left hand to grab his foot, which gives me time to isolate the leg by getting to 411. As I pull the foot in, there was a nice attempt. He's crossing his feet here, so I'm just trying to separate the feet. I get inside position with the right elbow to separate here, right there, and I should have separated his leg across my body. I don't know why I pushed myself up, but I did. That's why we do these, so we can learn. I start looking for the foot back inside. He straightened his leg there, and he's crossing his feet again, which is the correct idea, but he's not hiding his heel well. I'm able to separate the legs and get the bite. At our school, we teach to, when the leg is isolated and you get the bite, just to go ahead and tap, not waiting for pressure or pain. You can wait for pressure in the knee if you're a competitor, but that's kind of on you. The ankle pick there was something I like to do. It's a nice low risk. If you miss it, it doesn't matter. If you hit it, fantastic. Again, I'm starting to look. I really want to start working from mount. He gives up the underhook. Instead of going to the judo armbar, I just threw the foot all the way over. Here, I'm going to look to grab both elbows and pull both elbows in. I don't care about the hands so much. If I can pull the elbows in, I can straighten both the arms and get to the finish there on the near side armbar. Again, we're trying to come up. I'm really looking to set up my Haragoshi from standing. Brad has a history in wrestling, so I'm trying to bait him to coming in and looking for my overhook Haragoshi. Look for it there, but there was just a little foot trip. Really, he pulled guard. It looked like a foot sweep, but it wasn't that. Here's a nice attempt at the knee cut. He shoots an underhook, so I drop my hips to avoid him getting deep on me. So I'm going to back step. I'm going to roll over the shoulder, and I have the inside heel hook right there. So again, I push the knee down. I try and step to a knee cut style pass. As I start coming in, he underhooks the leg. I don't want him underneath me, so I drop with my knees together. I feel that my ankle is going to get stuck in quarter guard here, and as soon as I feel that, because he has a high underhook with his left arm, I'm not able to pummel the underhook back in easily, so instead I elect to backstep. He almost beats me on the backstep, but I just barely beat the knee line there. I'm going to try and isolate the leg by pinching my knees together, and I go right to the roll. From the roll, one hand controls the knee, other hand I'm right back onto the heel, and there's our finish. Good. So from here we're going to start rolling back up. We're going to start again from our feet. Again, looking for Haragoshi. Here I'm trying to bait him to really shoot in. My hands are low, so I'm looking for the underhook. There's an attempt at a sweep. It only really off-balanced him. There's a step through. It only really off-balanced him to try and lift him back up, which worked. So again, here I'm trying to look for the opposite leg. He does a good job looking for the single. I'm just trying to lift him up. Generally, if your partner is below your hip line, you're looking to sprawl. If they are higher than your hip line, you're looking to lift. All right, he likes to jump guard, which is kind of funny. We were talking about that earlier. He drops down. I'm just looking to base out and start redirecting as we start going to look for a pass. There's an underhook on the far side. I'm going to look to connect my knee to elbow, and that little step over the arm is one of my favorite things. Go right up to a high mount. This is where a big mistake that I did. As I sit back, I should have had this 100%, but I go hand to hand to try and pull the arm back. I thought I had it, but he got his arm back in and pulled his hand up. I should have had the arm bar there. I should have gone elbow deep, but mistakes were made. Here, right, I have the arm isolated. I don't really want the armbar finish. What I really want is a triangle. So you'll see me keep trying to reach my right leg back and over, and he does a good job hiding his head and elects to roll out, and then I'm able to step through and get to that, again, shelf 50-50 leg lock there. That was a little bit quicker, so I didn't have full isolation, but again, he's pretty new to it. There again is a nice ankle pick, foot sweep. I'm going to look to pass the knee, and we get to side mount. I'm lifting the elbow up to create room for my knee to get down, and we're looking to separate. Again, the triangle, we were talking about triangles earlier, so I just wanted to look for him. He got double underhooks, so instead of trying to maintain mount, I just went ahead and bailed. He does a good job getting his frames and getting back to his guard. Again, I'm just looking to control that far leg so he can't pummel it in. Right elbow goes inside of his hip line. He has an underhook, but because my left arm is underneath his armpit, it doesn't matter. From here, we're just kind of messing around with the Americana. I'm not a big fan of the Americana, but it sets up a really nice armbar opportunity. Because he bridged his hips up, I can't really get it, and his arm is straight. Plus, he's a PT student. I don't want to crank the sub. But because he overextended, it allowed me to get around to the hip line. I look for the back take, but he comes up, and there's a pendulum sweep. That was actually our move of the week. Again, I'm punching underhooks, and for here, I'm going to try and step around for that same armbar again, but he's straightening his right arm like crazy, and he clears the elbow, so I just bail back to try and pass the guard. Really fun roll. Brad's a good dude, so hopefully we keep him coming.